Good evening. Regardless of who dropped the ball, two brothers of an incoming county sheriff no longer have to worry about going to trial or going to jail.
The case looked strong enough. An Espanola police officer says he was there and saw the brothers beat up a man in a tattoo parlor, and one of the brothers was also an Espanola cop. Here's News 13's Alex Tomlin.
Diane, this is bizarre. 6 witness statements from the tattoo parlor attack have vanished. Well, depending on who you ask. Either way, it means the alleged attackers get to walk away from any charges.
At the time, I was tattooing a detective.
Marlo Gray was in the middle of tattooing an Espanola cop when he says 2 guys busted into his parlor and started swinging.
While I was choked out, he hit me twice in the head.
The fight sent Gray to the hospital. The men accused of starting the brawl: Eugene Rodella, also an Espanola cop at the time, and his little brother, Gabriel. Police say it was in retaliation because Gray's security guard had roughed up the Rodella's nephew the night before because they thought he'd stolen tattoo equipment from the shop. That nephew is the son of incoming Sheriff Tommy Rodella and his wife, Debbie, a state representative. State police were called in to independently handle the case. Gray says he never had a good feeling about the investigation.
From the beginning to the very end, that's how they conducted their case, poorly.
The brothers weren't arrested. In fact, charges weren't even filed until February, 4 months after the attack. 5 judges had to recuse themselves before the case could go forward. And just 4 days before Monday's trial was set to start, the defense and prosecution sat down with witnesses. Some of those witnesses said they had given written statements that the prosecution and defense had never heard of or even seen. Crucial statements.
The statements that were given right after this happened. And memories are the clearest and the most accurate, as close as you can possibly get to the incident.
The Rodella's defense attorney says her clients couldn't have gotten a fair trial without those statements. The judge agreed and threw the case out.
Somebody didn't do their job.
But the question is who? The state police officer in charge of the case transferred to Santa Fe PD a few months ago and says he gave the files on the case to the DA's office before leaving. The prosecutors who handled the case told me that they never got 6 of the written statements taken by state police. State police fired back, saying there are no such written statements because all of the interviews were recorded on audio or video. They say all of those recordings were turned over to the DA. The Rodella brothers' attorney insists they haven't gotten any special treatment because of who they are. The charges against them cannot be refiled. Diane?
And as Alex mentioned, Eugene Rodella was an Espanola police officer when the alleged assault happened. His police certification is suspended for the next 4 years following an internal investigation into the matter.